Hey guys, so I was talking to one of my friends the other day about homeschooling, and we were kind of debating back and forth about whether or not homeschooling is right for children. And she brought up like some points about how if you homeschool your children, that your children don't get the necessary social interaction in order to become like contributing adults or contributing members of society. And I kind of have to disagree with that because I was definitely not homeschooled. Let's just get that straight. We'll get that out of the way right now. I was definitely educated by the public school system in Michigan, and I was never homeschooled. But I feel like public schools don't necessarily prepare you as a person to handle what life actually brings. They teach you book smarts and they teach you knowledge about different subjects, to kind of give you an interest in what you might like to pursue as a career, but they don't really teach you things that are very, very vital to being an adult. They don't teach you things like writing resumes. I mean, yeah, you have certain classes where you might go over how to write a resume, but they don't really go into detail in like what not to put on a resume and what to put on a resume, or interviewing skills, things like that, like how to prepare for a job interview, how to respond to certain questions during a job interview, and how to dress for a job interview. I can't tell you how many times I have gone into a job interview where there have been other people in the same location waiting to be interviewed themselves, and they're not dressed for any type of job interview. And it's absolutely appalling to me, some of the things that I've seen people wear to job interviews. Like when I was interviewing at the nursing home, there was a lady who was interviewing for the same position. Sorry about that. I just had a total random call. Anyways, where was I? I feel like I totally got off track there. So yeah, I just feel like, public schools don't teach you what's really important. They don't teach you how to do taxes. Do you know how completely dumbfounded I was when I first did my taxes myself? I didn't understand like the importance of doing taxes. I didn't understand why you were supposed to do taxes. I just thought they were stupid and, pointless. So it just seemed kind of dumb to me. But I feel like those are definitely things that need to be taught to you as a person who goes to public school or even homeschooling. I feel like, any children that I have will be homeschooled if I have the ability to, just because I don't feel like they would get anything from going to school that I can't teach them, at home myself. And then, of course, I would be able to teach them things about resumes and preparing for interviews and not wearing slippers to an interview and pajama pants, like at the nursing home. Like I was saying, there have been people I've seen at different job interviews wearing pajamas, slippers, flip-flops, a hoodie, just looking like you don't care. And what employer is going to take you seriously if you look that way? I feel like this should be its own class. Like in high school, you should have an adulting class, like everything you need to know about being an adult, the basics, how to budget. Things like that are important. How to budget for groceries and rent and utility bills and all those things. It's definitely important. And obviously, I had a little bit of that experience just because, my mom works at a financial institution. So she kind of taught me different things about budgets and how to balance a checkbook, things that are important when you're learning how to manage your money and, keep things under control and make sure you're not overspending in certain areas. And obviously, there have been times throughout my life where I've had issues with overspending and just like going shopping too much. But I still know how to budget. I still know how to balance a checkbook. I know how to do a resume and make it stand out. And I know how to present myself in an interview. Like, I'm not saying that you should go into a job interview and act fake or phony or not be yourself, because I definitely feel like, you know, it's important to be yourself in an interview because, you know, otherwise you're going to have to hold up that persona the entire time that you're working there. And if you are not this happy, bubbly person, and that's why they hired you, is because they thought you were a happy, bubbly person, and then they find out that you're really not a happy, bubbly person, then that's basically going to be like a letdown for them because they were expecting someone completely different from who you actually are. So I've always just gone into job interviews and things like that and been myself, but obviously putting my best foot forward. You know, you have to be yourself, but still make the effort to make yourself stand out. And I don't know, I'm kind of getting on a little bit of a rant, you know, kind of getting off topic with the different things, but I just feel like I would definitely homeschool my kids because I feel like it's important for kids to learn these things when they're younger so then they know what to expect. You can't just throw people into the world and expect them to just automatically succeed when you haven't really given them a foundation of knowledge that they're able to know how to thrive and survive in a society that is definitely very cutthroat in the United States, at least. There's a lot of people who are homeless because they don't know how to manage their money, or because, you know, they make certain mistakes or they aren't able to keep a job. But I definitely think that there's certain skills that should be taught in high school that could maybe help avoid those certain issues. But anyways, before this video gets too much longer, let me know what you think. Would you homeschool your kids? Did you homeschool your kids? Are you homeschooled? What do you think about homeschooling? Do you think that our public education system in the United States, if you are in the United States, do you think our public education system in the United States teaches kids what they need to learn, or what they need to know in order to be a successful and responsible adult? Or do you think that there needs to be some change? I definitely think there needs to be change, and there needs to be certain things added that don't exist in our education curriculum for general public schools. But anyways, I will get off my soapbox now. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will talk to you guys again soon.